guys, I'm Karishma Karar and welcome to the Hour Markers.
You sure that's your name?
Yeah, that's my name. After a lot of Zoom interviews, I have with me today the CEO of Moser Watches, Edouard Meylan, one of the Suave brothers that I interview traditionally every time we meet.
Basel or Geneva, yeah?
Yes, and it's generally not a very serious interview, but everyone seems to be really serious.
It is.
I guess also because it's 9:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
So let's dive right into Moser Watches. How has the last year been? The circumstances haven't been great for the world globally. But Moser has seen a growth.
Yeah, I mean, 2019 to 2020 was, for many a difficult year. For us, it was an amazing year. We launched the Streamliner collection. We had the collaboration with MBNF. We launched our e-commerce. To be honest, there was a lot of uncertainty, but we were super excited and we cruised through that amazingly well, and it created an amazing base for 2021. I think, it's the era of the independents, and Moser being at the forefront of the independent brands, then we definitely benefited.
Yeah, for sure. We have also with us the Streamliner Perpetual.
The latest one.
Yeah, with the integrated bracelet. I remember reviewing this, not reviewing it, but looking at it over Zoom. Definitely feels a lot nicer on the wrist. So do you think sports steel watches are coming back?
I think they're back for years now. I think the 5711, the Jumbo, starting with the Pepsi, the Daytona, that was really the beginning of it. But I think today, we're in an era where people want casual. They want to be able to go to work in whatever they want. They want watches that they don't need to worry about, like before they take a shower, they go swimming with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where this is the right balance. This is elegant, this is quality, this is top of the range, but at the same time you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we've seen in the last 5 years really an uptake for that segment, which is incredible, and we're all benefiting from it, providing you bring something new. And I think Moser is definitely bringing something new.
Always bringing something new. Talking about new, we try. Yeah, you do always bring something new. I'm excited about what we're going to launch at Dubai Watch Week as well. But before we get into that, you mentioned collaborations. You did a very interesting collaboration with MBNF.
Just hiding here behind.
Yes, just right here. Any other collaborations in the pipeline? Because we know a lot of independents are collaborating now, even with the big boys, for interesting timepieces.
So yes, I mean, we are exploring collaborations with small and big boys, but for Moser in 2022, it's going to be more exploring outside the watch industry. So small and big boys outside the watch industry, which I think will be quite exciting for others as well to discover that. I think right now we see a lot of collaborations with the same people again and again.
Yeah.
I think there's a wide range of opportunities out there, and Moser, we like to try things.
Right.
So you can expect a few interesting things next year, and very different. It's going to show the extremes of what Moser stands for. I mean, we have very elegant traditional watches, and we have very sporty kind of modern watches. So we'll have a little bit of both.
That's not enough of a hint. I can't guess anything with the information that you've just given.
I guess you will have to ask more.
A little more.
It's not. I said it's not the watch industry. Now the first one will be small, very well curated, manual wound, a little bit of Vanta Black. It's gonna be probably one of the most elegant watch we have ever made, and that's in collaboration with say kind of a tailor house. It's gonna be early next year, very early, first month, probably January. So stay tuned. It's going to be very cool. And then the second one
to the Hour Markers, you heard it first here, right from Edouard.
The second one will be towards the middle of the year, more on the sports side, with a completely different brand, a much bigger brand. But at this stage, I don't want to say more. I think I gave you quite a lot.
Thank you for that. And we're talking about independent brands. I know the way you look at independent, the word independent is very different than independent brands in general. But recently we see this gap between the demand and supply, which is not just with the bigger brands of the industry, but now it's also happening with independent brands. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that now independents are not just for seasoned collectors, but it's even the aspiring watch enthusiasts who are looking at, I wouldn't use the word experimenting, but starting to look at independent brands as one of their first few watches.
I don't think it's experimenting anymore. I think people came to realize that one, the good independents are here to stay. Two, they're not many. I mean, all together, we maybe make 6,000 watches. That's peanuts when you know that AP is probably close to 60,000, Patek as well. Rolex is what 900 million. Even like there's tons of brands we can talk about. We have huge volumes. We all together make 6,000 watches. But we're here to stay. We are very stable companies, financially well. People have seen the service that we provide, the creativity we provide. I remember when people were saying, you know what, I like what you do, but how can I be sure that in 5 years from now you'll still be there?
Yeah, that's the
I think they realize that we'll be there, and maybe for a few generations. And second is, a big risk in the past was people had the feeling that they were losing a lot of money when they were investing in certain watches. And then suddenly independent brands, because it's so illiquid, because there's so few, because there's more and more people discovering it, the price of the secondary market has gone up. So people realize it, and because they realize it, they want it more, and they talk about it, and more people want it, and the price continues to go up. So there's this snowball effect which creates this huge demand. How long is it gonna last? I don't know, but I think it's difficult to go back when you start like this because it's just it's just a way forward. People like talk about it, more people want it, and then it's for us. We cannot increase our production like this from one into the other. And I think we all agree that we need to protect the brand equity.
Definitely.
And by doing by protecting the number of watches we produce, etc., we definitely achieve that.
Super. So what do we have today at the Watch Week? You are launching a heritage watch.
Yeah, well, we love to say that Moser is not one of the independent modern watch brands. We are 193 years old. But it's always difficult to express that in a very traditional way, with the old movies, etc. So something we have been doing for a few years now, since 2016, was to play with our heritage, play with the watches we have in our beautiful museum in Schaffhausen. And we started, I don't know if you remember, like we had this very small pocket watch from the Russian era where we created a modern version that you could wear with like a double hunter. Then we developed fully animal heritage collections, and then we started playing with that. Another aspect that a lot of people don't know about Moser is that Moser was a very, very strong brand in the 19th century, and especially in Eastern Europe, especially in Russia. And at some point there was a security logo used on the Moser boutiques, inside the boxes, etc. So every now and then we like to create a small capsule around those themes. So this year we're super excited to create this very limited edition of 50 pieces using a bronze case for their heritage with our curated logo, and that's the watch I am wearing here.
That's beautiful.
It's a 42 millimeter wire lugs, and as you can see here, this is not the traditional Moser logo. It says Moser on it, but it's in Cyrillic, and that's the logo that historically in certain models we use. We did it once in 2017 with a very limited edition of 17 pieces, and for the second time now, 50 pieces in bronze. Also the first time that we officially used bronze for a Moser watch. And will be sold exclusively by Sediki and on our e-commerce.
Okay, talking, it's a beautiful watch. E-commerce, is it a huge part of your business right now?
It's a controlled part of our business. It's 10% of what we do we allocate to e-commerce, and we only sell in markets where we don't have exclusive partners, like in Dubai, for example. Sediki is our exclusive partners. We don't sell to people in Dubai e-commerce. We drive them to Sediki, but there are other markets where.
So is this watch going to be a part of the collection?
No,
are you going to come out with different? I see there's a grey fume on this one.
Yeah, we're going to do. I mean, we're not planning to do any other bronze right away. Maybe in a few years from now, but definitely not part of the collection. We have the blue one, which is part of the collection in steel, but this one it's 50 pieces in latte.
And tell me about how does it feel to get out there and actually meet people after a really, really long time?
Well, it's good. I mean, it started again a few months ago. We had Geneva Watch Days. We traveled. We opened an office in New York, so I was in the US a little bit. So it's been a few months now that we are finally starting again. What's missing is Asia. Looking forward to come to India.
Yes, Asia is missing, and you have a huge following of collectors in India for Moser watches.
Yes, more and more, and the Sabu family, the ethos group is doing an amazing job. You guys, you in particular, helping us getting the name out there, and I think it's crazy. I think the demand that we see there is growing, and for other independents as well. I think Moser is always a little bit at the forefront.
For sure, Moser opened the floodgates in India for independents.
In many other countries, we're the first one to open boutiques in China, for example, and I think think that helps the others to come. It's already easier, and that's super exciting. And I hope I can go back to India very, very soon.
Soon. You had a lot of milestones. It's been an interesting year, not just for Moser, but also for you. You did a marathon, 42 kilometers in Jungfrau.
Well, many people do that, but it was something.
42 kilometers is a lot.
Yeah, we did this mountain one with the team for good cause with Room to Read Foundation, and it was fun. Hard.
Yeah, it looked hard. I saw all the coverage.
Yeah, I was going to the Jungfrau Mount.
I was exhausted just looking at it.
Yeah,
so I don't know how you did those 42
kilometers. You see the movies
kilometers.
of the last kilometer, which is going like very, very steep up. It was tough, but it was a beautiful experience.
Super. Thank you so much, Edouard.
Thank
As
you.
usual, it was a pleasure, and we hope to welcome you soon in India.
Definitely, we're planning already.
All right, super. Thank you.
Take care.